My name's Theodore Rickles, go by the name Ted. I'm the author of a newly released book called Catching Llamas, Reflections on an Unconventional Life. And today we're talking about the background and history of Louis Kessler. He's for anyone who doesn't know, he's a very famous world tournament poker player. There isn't a lot known about Alan's background, where he's from, his family life. So with me today to speak a little bit about this is his cousin, Louis Kessler. And so I want to just say hi, Lou. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, hi. Hey, so there is an interesting connection here between us. We've been friends for a long time, but I was going out with Alan's sister, your cousin, Laura Kessler.
Yeah.
For several years.
As we were talking before, I can tell you a lot about the family history. Matter Alan, his Hebrew name is Aaron, which is a Kohanic name.
Well, I don't know if our viewers necessarily know what a Kohen is, but it's sort of a priestly tribe. So we've got a priestly person at the poker tables. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to going back on that history riff here right now. You work as an archivist, right? So
I've been working 20 years for the oldest Jewish congregation in Philadelphia.
Wow, that's a long time. So history is in your blood.
If you say so.
So when we roll back the years, there was a deli that's unfortunately no longer in the Huntington Valley Shopping Center, which is, I think, pretty close to where your homes were in Huntington Valley.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyways, a really nice deli. And I, at least on one or two occasions, I remember sharing time there, sharing lunch with both your dad, Bernard Kessler, Benny, and Bill, your Uncle Willie Kessler, and they were close. As
a matter of fact, my father moved to this poor section of Huntington Valley to be next to his brother Willie and his sister Helen.
Wow. What he was, your Uncle Willie, Bill Kessler. He was, I think his business was kind of unusual. He ran a route of bubblegum vending machines.
Yes, he did. He was very popular with his bubblegum machines at the bar mitzvahs of all the family.
And everybody was probably always looking for those little extra toys that, sometimes when, there'd be, you put as many quarters as you could in the machine to get the extra toy, I think. So those were in supermarkets, clothing stores, but he managed them very well. And I think your aunt, which was, Alan and Sandra and Laura's mom, she Mildred Kessler, she worked for Weight Watchers as an instructor, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, you see now, I knew she worked at Weight Watchers. I didn't realize it was an employed position. I thought it was just whether she got help by. She lost weight by Weight Watchers, so wanted to help other people do the same thing.
Well, you do that enough, and sometimes they hire you. As far as Alan goes, I guess he was the quiet one, I guess. Of the all
certainly.
Three.
Yeah. Certainly, Sandy and Laura. They spoke their mind often. Alan, not so much.
Well, I think it's tough having three kids. It's tough having three kids in the family, and you've got you're the youngest, and you're a boy, and you've got two older sisters who are probably like vying, for what they want.
Attention,
Yeah, attention. So, that's probably why he was so quiet. All three children attended Abington High School, with Alan graduating, I guess, a year after Laura in 1979. And I think even at Abington High School, according to Laura, Alan was using his mind as a member of the school's chess club. And after older sister Sandra went on to study at the University of Pennsylvania, Alan and Laura attended Penn State Ogon's campus and later Temple University, where Alan took up business and marketing. Okay, unfortunately, I guess it was unfortunate that there's actually no picture of Alan in the 1979 Abington Oracle yearbook. But in fact, there's a reference on page 162 of the yearbook. I think we have that right here. We can see a picture of where he's at least mentioned. Okay, so actually you can see right there, Alan's name is listed among some over 20 people that weren't there. Not pictured. So we have that, and Alan was apparently precocious as a child. He's the youngest of the three. I think we have a family photo here also, and you can see in this picture we can see him with his eldest sister. I think she's there in the far right. It's Sandra, and then Laura, who was the middle child, and young Alan, who is probably about 13 with his parents. Lou, would you know what might have been the occasion when this picture was taken?
Well, since he said he was around 13, my guess is that this was the occasion of his bar mitzvah.
Nice bow tie there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa! His father's a bow tie too.
Yes. Right. Okay. So we know that bow ties are in the family, right?
Like father, like son.
Like father, like son. Okay. There we go. I don't know. So maybe you think we can get him to wear a bow tie at one of the poker tournaments? Probably not.
That's
debatable.
That's not up to me.
That's okay. There you go. Okay. So anyway. So I guess what happened was, while in college, he started turning casual poker, playing into more regular attendance at Atlantic City, playing the Taj Mahal and other venues, and playing slots as well as hand games. What's often not reported is that a lot of his encouragement to combine fun and enjoyment with a business perspective was based in his parents' upbringing, and is really reflected in his sisters' lives and success as well. Alan and his sisters grew up in, of course, the two-parent working family, and Laura often said, "My father made everything fun." And my father too. He would, if we didn't like a chore, he would say to turn the chore into a game, and that way it's fun, more enjoyable, and you can do it. Wow, that's pretty good. That's great. Yeah, I think even in your cousin's family, that fun element of business got tested a little by Sandra in the 1980s when she became one of the premier dealers in toy collectible robots. That was a business that brought her into contact with her friend and future business partner, Richard Cohen. Together, Richard Cohen and Sandra later operated National A1 Advertising and Prime Telecommunications, both of which rose to meteoric success. But then there was that FBI raid on Sandra's businesses, and Cohen's shared it in 2010. But Sandy survived it, and she moved afterward to California. Laura completed a BA in early childhood education at Temple University in the 1980s, while writing and designing advertising copy for Progress newspapers in Horsham, PA. And then after graduation, Laura ran her own successful company, Lead City, which used demographics from readers' responses on magazine inserts, and those were purchased and used by insurance companies to boost insurance sales. and then we also know that from time to time Laura's attended some of Alan's tournaments as well, and I think we have there's a YouTube video that's gotten some hits where Laura's interviewed about at a WPT poker tournament. I think we have that picture. Here we go. It's right there. You can see that. I think the address, the YouTube address is Laura Kessler WPT, and there you can see her, standing proudly behind Alan as he works his magic, the chainsaw. Okay, so
Alan honed his skills, both business skills, marketing skills in college. He worked for a couple marketing firms such as the Data Group.
Yeah, that was Ted Reed's company, right?
Yeah.
He's a major professional consultant, and
you also worked at the Data Group too.
Yeah, I did, but Alan had actually preceded me, so we actually didn't work at Ted Reed at the same time. Alan had left the position, and they were in Elkins Park at that point. When I joined, it was in Plymouth Meeting. But Ted Reed is a consummate marketing research professional. And it was it's amazing to work for him and with him. I think that he also. So anyway, the other company I think associated there was the International Consumer Research ICR company. Yeah, it's okay. The chainsaw, as he's known as the industry, is ranked 119 in player popularity. He ranks 223 in the U.S. All-time money list.
I don't know what that means.
It's a poker thing. Based on that's based on 587,894 players. So
he's 223 out of almost 600,000.
Yeah, so that's pretty high up. That's very high up, and he's got total earnings of $4,011,086, which is also not chump change. Just recently, at the end of November 25th, 2022, he played at the WPT Rock and Roll Poker Open in Hollywood.
That is the World Poker Tournament.
Yeah, World Poker Tournament in Hollywood, and that was just days after returning from a tournament in Rozvadov, Czechoslovakia. So Alan gets around. Maybe Lou, how did he get the name Chainsaw anyway?
Well, the name Chainsaw came about in 2007 when some players started running a brief soundtrack of a running chainsaw while he was playing hands at the Foxwood Casino in Philadelphia. Interesting story about that casino. We don't have time to talk about now, but so it's started a kind of fun take on his poker playing style, which can be rather intimidating.
Yeah, we've heard that. Actually, yeah, we have heard that. Okay. Well, I just want to point out that some of this, especially the part of it, that we see through Laura's life, can be found in my newly released memoir, Catching Llamas: Reflections on an Unconventional Life. That's to be released in January 2023.
That book again. What was that title?
Catching Llamas.
Yeah. Reflections on an Unconventional Life.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. We're really pitching here. But it is. It's a good book, and I hope you'll read it. It's available from Story Tourists and available from Amazon and Barnes and Noble publishers. Okay. Wow, that's fascinating background, Lou. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about Alan or anything that we've discussed?
Yeah, one more thing. I got a lot of things to mention off camera, but when I started with Facebook a number of years ago, I friended Alan, of course, and I saw he was a member of a Facebook poker playing group called Real Grinders. Even though I'm not a poker player at all, I joined the group, and so I'm in contact with him and his friends that way.
But that real grinders title though. You have it, folks. Lou, thank you for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, great. Thanks to you all for viewing this video. Remember to like our video on YouTube. Remember that you can find other YouTubes about Alan Kessler, as well as the Chainsaw Report, which is a report he's done.
That Chainsaw Report.
There you go. Yeah, well, thank you for joining us.